Okay, guys, welcome back to smarthelping.com. We've got a food truck model today, and this is the first model I've done since the mobile home park one at the beginning of the month. I'm really trying to make these as user friendly and clean as possible. So you can see we've got all our assumptions here. We've got revenue ranges, which you can change. Um, um, for year one to two, these will update if you change it. So, say my second period, I wanted to go year 1 to 6. These all update automatically. And then let's say we'll go 8. So 1 to 6, 6 to 8, or 1 through 5, 6 to 7, and then 8 plus. So that's all dynamic, and then you can put in what you expect your annual revenue to be with the food truck. And if you were doing a food truck, you could just estimate, try to do surveys, polls, see what other people are doing in revenue. It's going to be different everywhere you go and to your specific situation as well. But this is obviously going to be a forecast, and it can range from 60,000 to 500,000. It just depends on a whole bunch of different factors, but that's on you to figure out what those forecasts would mean. Now, given those forecasts, what I've done is I've put in percentages here, so you could do percentage of your cost of goods sold, which would be your food costs, labor, wages, and then other costs, and that's all as a percentage of total revenue. So to get those percentages, you just have to look at, first, once you get your estimated revenue, you figure out how much it's going to cost in labor and everything to service that revenue, and then you apply your percentages based on those numbers, and that's kind of how the model scales up. Another thing that is sort of accurate, I mean, it might vary for you, but I tried to put in fairly accurate numbers here. So you've got food truck and equipment, initial product inventory, permits, license, website, Facebook, register, point of sale system, uniforms. All that is in here. You just put that. It's going to be a one-time fee that shows up in year one, and that you just have to put it in here, and it will flow through the rest of the model. We then have financing assumptions. You could put 0 in here if you're not getting out a loan. If you're taking out a loan, this is saying, well, what percent of your total startup costs do you want to finance? Say 25%. Boom, the finance amount pops in there. You put it into the term of the loan. All that flows through to the debt schedule, and that is actually going to flow to the cash flow and show up right here on your annual debt service of that. And the financing cash inflow comes in year one when you take out the loan. Well, so we got the loan. Then we have our return summary, which is going to show you some interesting things. Number one is IRR, which is just measuring. It's a measure of time and return. So it's basically saying, you know, the higher the better on this. If you're not really familiar with financial terms, you want that to be high. Typically, a good investment's around 20%, or an ideal investment. Um, we've got our net return on investment. This is overall over 10 years, standardized. Your net return on investment. So this is 265,000. It's saying, including the cost to set up and start, um, and all the financing costs and everything. That's what cash is coming in from here. So it is including the financing, but then it's also including the debt service. So if your term of your loan is over 10 years, right now we've just got it at 10. If it's over 10, then this return might be a little skewed, but not that much because you're still paying debt service. I mean, if it's a 20-year, that's about 10 years worth of debt service that you're not including in the cost to get that amount. If you do less than 10 years, like a 5-year loan or anything, it'll be accurate. You've got the percentage. So this is saying out of all the cash you have coming in, what's that as a percentage of your investment? So if you've invested a total amount of 108,000, you've got 245%. So that's about what, 2.5 times, which makes sense. Let's see, does that make sense? Some 271. Yep, that is right there. So you've got annual cash flow, which is, this is an interesting number. This is the annual cash you have coming in monthly. So over 10 years, how much do you think is going to come in on a month, on an annual basis? So basically, you're figuring out what your salary is going to be after all costs and everything. Then we've got the net present value of the cash flows. So if you want to discount it out, and this is your discount rate here. So you can put this at 15%, this goes down. You can put it at 5%, it'll go up. And then we've got a chart that shows the line graph is the annual cash flow, so this is like your salary. And then the bar is your running cash balance, assuming a given bank start amount, which is here in the actual 10-year cash flow model. So in the model, you've got your top line revenue. You're under your first month here, and these all populate in dates or years. You've got your percentages based on the assumptions tab every year, and that all will change based on whatever you put into your percentages. The first year expenses, startup costs, financing, debt service, and then your net cash in and out, and then percentage in and out as a percentage of total revenue. So that's it, and you can do a lot with this. It's simple to use, but it has all the calculations. Everything's nice and correct. You can model out a food truck. Anything. I'm trying to think of anything else that you might need. I do have instructions and purpose there. Basically, this is not for accounting. This is for the purpose of trying to forecast cash flow. And I guess that's it. I hope you guys enjoy, and if you want to purchase the model, I'm going to have it for sale. It'll be in the mid-level models for $45. Just go to smarthelping.com if you want to take a peek, and I do have a free version of this if you want it. Everything will be locked down, but you can have the free version if you want. Alright, I'm off. This is smarthelping.com.